Okay, so I had to reload everything. I went out and bought a new laptop, and I'm still getting jerkiness in my animations, and I thought the best thing to do is just to make a quick video. And yes, I'm being lazy. I'm going to live stream it so I don't have to edit this video. Thank you, YouTube, for making videos out of live streams. This saves us a lot of time. So, some background information. I'm doing this animation project for this metal building company, right? And I'm at this point in the animation where I've already uh, assembled all the panels. They're all individual panels. The rows are made up of individual panels. It's taken me months to do this, to draw everything, these odd shaped panels, all the bolts and screws. I even have nuts on the back of the bolts. So anyway, now I'm at this point where I'm trying to finish up the animation, and I want to show everything, smoothly, obviously. And I thought it was my old laptop. I had an MSI, and I swear by MSI. I don't have any problem with actual MSI computers or their graphics cards, adapters. I've never had any trouble before, but in this particular video, lately, I've had trouble, and I think it has to do now, after spending all this money on hardware and software. uh, I think that it's actually in the Animator extension, which, Animator is an extension for SketchUp. And so what I'm going to do is show what I'm trying to do and give an example. First, I'm going to show how smooth that SketchUp can animate scenes, right? So I'm going to start back here at this level. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in and see that it gets pretty smooth after a while. It's kind of smooths out, which is fine because I can edit out the jerkiness. Okay, I think that's actually, yeah. So I can live with that. Now let me turn on Animator. And I know most of you are probably going to say, well, why are you so picky? Well, this is for, a commercial company, and I want this to be the best it can be. And so you can see here, let me see if if we're all going well. Yeah. Is my audio working? That would be the next thing. Now, sorry, I've got a new computer and everything. I had to reload OBS, and so I want to check my settings. So I understand that when I'm scrolling, that's going to be jerky because of my scroll wheel, right? And the animation that SketchUp provides in its scene transitions are pretty good, right? But now I've loaded Animator. You can see these are all you wouldn't believe what you have to. I have a lot of respect for animators now because every movement has to be translated. All these objects have to be set up in space and time. They have to be at a certain place. And anyway, it takes a lot of time and effort and skill. And I'm just average at this, okay? I'm trying to get better, and I'm trying to learn, and that's the whole point of this video, is to seek help on this. So I'm just gonna start this little sequence. The sequence is, you zoom in, you can see how kind of jerky that is. The drill comes down, drills a hole in the concrete. Hopefully you can see the hole. The bracket goes in place, the anchor goes in place, and the screw goes in place. Okay, very simple, right? Well, I think that zoom right there is jerky to me, and I probably need to speed up this drill a little bit, that action, and maybe I need to make the hole more obvious. you know. But you can see over here are all the things that you have to create, you know, the translations. You pick each item and tell it what you want to do. I'll give you an example. Let's say I want to create a new translation, a new movement. You come back and pick. You can pick an actual object in a group, or I'm just going to pick the bracket. And then you pick how you want it to move up here, right? The type of translation. Then you move it. I think it's 48 inches, right? Yeah, it's 48 inches. And that's it for that particular thing, right? So I added that. So now what you'll see is that's this little piece right here, down here, that I just added. So if I start the whole animation over again, it's jerky, zooming in. I drill a hole. The bracket comes in, the anchor goes in, this bolt goes in. Now this other bracket's going to come over. Now I'm going to delete that because that's not how it's going to work. What's going to work is how they want me to do it is now I'm going to back up and I'll kind of show the whole thing, and then I'll show all of them going in. I just wanted to show one just kind of for the fun of it. I found this drill. That's about the closest. I know it's not a hammer drill, but that's the closest thing I could find. And that's why I kind of zoom in to take the emphasis away from the drill itself and just have the drill coming down, drill a hole, and that's that. But so my question is, for people who have worked with Animator or SketchUp, why is it that let me save this. Well, I actually don't want to. I wasn't going to save that anyway. It's too late. I saved it. I guess saving is not the worst thing I could have done. What I'm going to do is delete this little thing here because I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to give an example. So now I have gone through all the settings of Animator. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, there's nothing to do that I can see with, you know, smoothing out or performance enhancing or you know, whatever in Animator. And I've gone through these settings. What you can do, the only thing you can do is slow the animation down and then maybe speed it back up. You see, it's a little smoother. It's almost like, you know, the processor, you know, maybe has a little time, you know, but this is the thing I don't want to do is I don't really want to take the rest of my life doing this, because what I have to do is once you see, I'm already bored watching that drill just sit there, but at some point it becomes, you know, too tedious. So I can slow it down, and then when I go back in to edit the video, because I have another, you know, a master video going where all these little clips come in and the whole building gets assembled, right? So, you know, it would take forever, honestly. Now maybe I just do that in this one, you know, clip of the entire video, and so, you know. But my thing is, what I'm trying to do is get to the point to where I can do these projects and not have to worry about this, okay? I wonder if I can set up the building. Let's see. If I go to, I have these panels laid out. If I turn off, just to give you an idea, if I turn off those metal panels, and see, you have to do all this in layers. Okay, so here's where I have all the panels laid out. I'll show you kind of how jerky this is. Let me go back into Animator. And I'll I'll choose the erect all panels. I have all these little, clips that make up putting this thing all together. And so I'll play this one. You see, you see how it's like stop motion or something? It's not fluid. Now I thought that once I got this is an RTX 2060, okay? I had a GTX 1080 in my other MSI laptop, but see, I really don't want to have to buy a quantum computer to do this animation. But you can see how jerky it is. It's not very smooth. So I'm going to stop that because it's annoying me, to be honest with you. So anyway, let me go out. I'm going to save this just in case. Yes. I don't ever want to say not save unless I have to. Anyway, so this is, it's tedious because I have to set up these different layers. Like all these panels are duplicated. So if I want to show somebody the finished building, I have to turn that layer off and turn this one on where I've already got them assembled. So anyway, this is my first animation project, and I want to do a good job because the company's saying they will let me do some other projects, but I want this one to be as best it can be. Let me see if I have any questions, any comments. But anyway, if anybody has any experience with Animator, if you actually go into the extension warehouse and you just type in animation, you have these, and it would get complicated to go through all these. You have a lot of these different types of ways to animate where you're kind of setting up keyframes and you're just, this is the one. Animator is the only one I know that you can take individual objects and move them and animate them, okay? A lot of these are just taking scenes and animating them. In other words, you set up a scene up here in, which is over here. You have your scenes you can create. And then they are, like this one I set up to be back further, it says, and then this one is zoom drill. So it would zoom, you see? So a lot of these animation extensions are just managing like layer states and scenes. So that's not, to me, just managing zoom camera angles is not, to me, is not animation. Animation is taking objects, like I had to go through to get this drill to spin, that's animating to me. So if anybody has any advice on so that I don't have to spend a year researching, that's what I'm trying to do, is get this answered quickly. I don't want to go through a year trying to research all this and then find the answer is something simple. That would be painful. I'm going to reach out to different groups. I'm going to reach out to Animator, the extension Animator forums, and I'm going to refer to this video, and that's why I'm doing it. And since I don't have any questions, I will move on now. I'll close this out and hope that I can get some help with smoothing out. I guess my biggest question is if if SketchUp itself can zoom, can do camera work that smoothly, why can't the extension do it that smoothly? You see, so that's really the biggest question. All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. I hope my question is clear, and I hope the answer is clear and easy. Thanks for watching. Now, how do you shut this thing down?